Hello everyone, Hermano here and welcome to the channel again. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to dual boot Windows 10 and Ubuntu Linux, and more specifically the Ubuntu Linux version 19.10. Let's get right to it. I'm here in Windows 10 and there are two things I want to do before starting, and one is disable secure boot and fast startup in the system. I want to disable these two features just to make sure not to have any conflict, as not all versions of Linux support secure boot. So in order to disable secure boot, you'll have to boot up your system into the BIOS and disable it from there, which I've done already. And to disable fast startup, you'll go to the control panel and we'll search for power options and click on power options here. And then click on choose what the power button do. And turn on or off fast startup is here, but it's gray out. So we'll need to click here, change settings that are currently unavailable. Click the checkbox here to turn it off and then click Save Changes. There you go. So now that's done, we'll go to the disk management and we'll see our C drive here where Windows is installed. I'm going to blow up this window here and I'm going to right click on the C drive here and click Shrink Volume. And I have to decide how much space I want to give to Linux. In this case, I want to give 128 gigabytes more or less. So I'll type in 128000 because that's in megabytes and hit Shrink. And now I have my partition here with unallocated space. Now I can close up this window. Now you can download the ISO from the Ubuntu website and burn it to USB stick and boot your computer from the USB stick as well. And you will be greeted with the Ubuntu installer, where you will have to select the first option to try Ubuntu before installing it. And I'll meet you then back there on the Ubuntu desktop. So here we are in the Ubuntu installer. And the first thing I want to do is to double click on install Ubuntu. And I'm asked to select the language, so I'll stay with English here and click continue. Now I have to select the keyboard layout, and for that I need to scroll down to the country where I'm in right now, which is Switzerland. And I'm going to select my layout, which is Switzerland German, and click continue. And next I'm asked to select my network here. So I need to choose connect to this network. So I'll select mine here and click connect. And I'll enter my password and click connect. And now I click continue. Here we have a few options. The first one is to have a normal installation. And as you can see here, it will install the web browser, utilities, office software, games, and some other programs. While if we install the minimal installation, it's just going to be web browser and basic utilities. So choose this based on what you need. And when we move down to the other options here, we have the option to download updates while installing Ubuntu, which I will leave checked. And we have also an option to install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. And I strongly recommend you to check this, especially if you have an NVIDIA graphic card or other cards which might not be supported by Ubuntu. So I'll check this off, as I'm not sure all the drivers in my laptop here are supported. And I'll click continue. Now here we have a few options also for the installation. So the first one is install Ubuntu alongside Windows Boot Manager. And this is exactly what I need. As you can see here, it says you can choose which operating system you want each time the computer starts up. We have also the option to erase the whole disk and install Ubuntu, but we don't want this because we have Windows 10. We have also an experimental feature here to use ZFS or something else where we can repartition the partition on our disk or choose multiple partitions for Ubuntu. But in my case here, I'm happy with the first option, so I'll just click install now. And I'm asked to confirm the choice, and you will see here, this is the name of the disk, and it says that the partition number 5, which is the one we created in Windows for Ubuntu, is going to be formatted as an ext4 file type. So I'll just click continue. And here I'm asked to choose my time zone, which is correct, and I click continue. And now I can configure the system. I'll put in my name here. And the name of the computer, I'll call this Linux for Linux Ubuntu. I let the username as it is and I enter the password. And I want to be able to enter the password to log in, so I let the option to require my password to log in active and click continue. And now the system is installing, and I'll be back when it's done. So there you go, the installation has finished, and now we can restart the computer, and you will be greeted by the grub bootloader, where you can choose to enter your Linux installation or Windows. So go ahead and reboot your computer and I'll meet you back here in Ubuntu Linux Desktop. So here we are in Ubuntu and we are presented with a window for choosing our online accounts, but I don't need to do this, so I'll just skip it. And it asks us if we want to help improve Ubuntu. You can make your choice here. I'll let it to yes. As for location services, you can also make your choice here. I'll let it off and you're ready to go. So we could open here the software center and install some other packages or update them, but I want to do this via the terminal. So I'll click done and I'll pull up the terminal and I'll go full screen here and I'll increase the font size and I'll type in sudo apt get update first so that to synchronize the packages with the database. Enter my password. And there you go. I'll pull up the same command again with the up arrow and replace update with upgrade and hit enter. As you can see, we have 135 packages which could be upgraded. So I'm going to do this by hitting enter. It's going to take a moment to download and install everything, and I'll be back in a second. And there you go. The packages are up to date, so I can close up the window here. And that's it for the installation of Ubuntu dual booting with Windows 10. Now there is still one thing I would like to show you, and it's how to remove Ubuntu and the bootloader if you want to use only Windows on your machine. So to do this, I'll need to reboot in Windows, and if you want to do that as well, you can reboot your machine as well, and I'll meet you back on the Windows desktop. So we are back in Windows here, and we want to now remove Ubuntu. Let's say you want to use your machine only with Windows. So we have a couple of steps to do. The first one would be to go to the disk management. So I'll right click on start here and go to disk management, and I'll make the window bigger here. And I'll select the Linux partition we created at the beginning, right click on it and click delete volume and hit yes. And now we have the unallocated space. So I want to give now Windows the full space in the disk. So I right click on the C partition, click on extend volume, click on next on this wizard here, accept the defaults because it's going to fill up the disk, click next and click finish. Then we can close up disk management, and we still need to remove the bootloader, otherwise it will show up again the next time we boot the computer. So the bootloader was installed in the UEFI partition of Windows, which is not accessible by default. So we need to make that accessible first. So I'm going to open up Windows PowerShell here, and I'm going to select the administrator version. And the program I want to use is diskpart. So I'll type in here diskpart and hit enter. And I will type in now list volume, as this is going to show us what volumes are on our disk, and then hit enter. So as you can see, we have our volume 0. This is our recovery partition. We don't need to touch that. We have also volume 1, which is our C drive where Windows is installed. And we have volume 2, which is a 100 megabyte FAT32 partition, which is our EF5 partition. And we need to select that one. So we'll type in now select vol2 and hit enter. And now we need to assign this volume a letter so that it can be visible in Explorer. So to do this, we'll type in assign letter equal. You can choose any free letter in the system. In my case, I'll choose X and hit enter. And now if we go to Explorer and we go to the PC, we'll see we have X visible here. However, if I double click on this partition, it says I don't currently have permission to access it. Even I click continue, I'm said I don't have permission to do that. So I'll close this window up and we need to find another way to enter this partition. So to do this, I'm going to start Task Manager. And I'm going to click on File and then Run New Task. And then I click Browse. And I click My PC again. And I'll scroll down until I find the X partition, which is here. And now if I double click on it, I can have access to it. So I have my EFI folder here, and if I double click on this folder, you can see we have a boot folder, a Microsoft folder, and an Ubuntu folder. And this is the only folder I need to delete. So I right click on Ubuntu and click delete and click yes. And the bootloader is gone. So I click cancel here, cancel out of this window. I can close Task Manager. Now we need to remove the letter assigned to the EFI partition, otherwise it still be visible in Explorer. So I'll type in remove letter equal X in my case. You replace this with what you chose before and hit enter. Just make sure that the X partition is gone. So I'm going to click my PC and it's not anymore visible. So now I can exit this part by typing in exit, and we can close the Windows PowerShell. So this is how to install Ubuntu dual booting with Windows 10, and also how to remove Ubuntu and remove also its bootloader. And I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And if you want to see more, make sure you like it by clicking the like button below, and subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified of future videos. Subscriptions really helps us out, guys. And if there's anything you want me to cover or you have any question, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.